Hi, welcome to the third episode of the Fake Magazine Superstar Entrepreneur Series. I'm your host Dee. Today we're recording at the Kolektif House, which is one of the best co-working spaces in Turkey, if not the best, honestly. It's a very friendly and warm environment here. I feel like what makes Kolektif House unique is the importance they give to the people who come here to create something beautiful. The minute you walk into the building, you can feel the warmth, like slaps you across the face. It's amazing. You literally feel positive just because you're here. Today, I'm with one of the positive people who work here. Her name is Göksemin Gökalp Özdemir, who is a strategic brand consultant. Hi, Goksemin.
Hello. Hi.
Thank you so much for being here with us today.
Well, thank you. It's an honor for me, actually.
Honor is ours, definitely. So let's very quickly get right into it. Can you tell us about yourself and your expertise in startups?
Well, basically, I help startups and businesses make the most out of their potential and their resources. So I'm a strategic brand consultant. So what I do is I give them consultancy on branding, on digital marketing, and strategy on top of these topics, actually.
Very nice.
Yeah, and besides that, I'm an instructor in university.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I instruct in MBA classes on topics of, again, branding and digital marketing. And meanwhile, since a couple of years, I've been mentoring in accelerator programs. So I started this with Google has this global program called the Google Launchpad.
Okay.
And that's where I started, first of all. And now in Turkey, we have this program called Workup. It's one of the rising accelerator programs at the moment. And it's sponsored by three big names, let me say. Number one, it's İş Bankası, one of Turkey's biggest private bank. And second is Kolektif House, where we are right now.
Yeah.
It's a co-working space. This is where all the magic happens.
Definitely.
Yeah, and the third one is Headquarters, which is a great team. I mean, they do their best, you know, they put a lot of effort in this business. They're also an accelerator program themselves, but they also help programs to build themselves up and rise, as like Workup, yeah.
I mean, wow, first of all, it sounds like you can wear any hat you want. It's amazing. I'm impressed. So with all this mentoring under your belt, you must have worked with so many startups, right?
Well, I guess over 300 or 400 probably.
Oh wow,
yeah.
I didn't even expect that many. Cool.
Yeah.
So then, what are some of the challenges and opportunities that you've observed in terms of expanding into an international market, especially for Turkish startups?
Okay, well, the thing is, what is a startup? Why do we have it at the first phase? So the thing is, first we identify a specific problem, and then we find a solution for that. So it's all about unlocking the lock, you know, with the right key. So the thing is, okay, this might fit, the problem and solution combo might fit in your own market, but when you plan to move on to a new market, it doesn't mean that it's going to fit there. So you need to find the right key and the right lock, you know, for this. So in this case, this is one of the major problems. Yeah, we all have this dream, but it's not about that, you know. You need to be right, you need to be sure that this is going to work there. And well, number two, I can say that the culture and language barrier, because in Turkey, it's obviously, I mean, English is not our mother language. And the thing is, I really tell all the teams I'm working with, all these startups, they really need to focus on their language skills. Because when you're doing a business process, I mean, up to 70, up to 80% of the whole business process is about communication. So in this case, this is generally a huge barrier. And talking about the opportunities, what I can say is, well, initiating a business in the States, I guess it's easier than here.
Is it? Okay.
Well, it is because in terms of bureaucracy, the layers are thinner in the States. So this is an opportunity, we can say. And the second one is, in Turkey, we have many talented group of engineers, product developers, product designers. The thing is, when you decide to move on to a new market, such in this case is the US market, so you can leave a part of your team back here. The thing is, labor cost is much lower in Turkey.
So,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you can use this as an opportunity here.
So I understand you've directly been involved in creating a accelerator program from scratch, right?
Exactly.
So then, do you have any tips or advice for startups who consider applying to an accelerator program?
Well, first of all, we can talk about timing.
Right.
Okay, timing is really important because the thing is, these accelerator programs want to see some traction. Okay. And if it's too early for you, if you're not there yet, you might be turned down, you know. That's a fact. So
That
the
would be
timing
very
is
discouraging.
important, yeah, when you're gonna apply.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. Well, frankly, you need to know what you want to get from these programs, okay? So it's not like, let me just apply for an accelerator program and get in. It's not that. You need to know, you need to figure out why you want to get there. Are you seeking for investment? Do you need help on improving your marketing process? Do you need help on improving your product development process? Okay, because at the end, why this is important is because these programs are let's say 3 months up to 6 months, it depends. So at the end of these terms, on our side, like the accelerator program side, on the mentor side, we want to be sure, we want to measure if it all worked out for you.
Of course.
And at the first place, if we don't know why you were here, and if it's not clear, then it doesn't make sense, you know.
Can't help you. I mean,
Exactly.
it has to be win-win, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the second thing is now, lately, some programs are getting more specialized. You can either apply for one just dedicated for retail or dedicated for finance. So this is also an option you can just check while you're planning to apply for one.
Startups must do a dig deep down into what they want to apply to, do a research.
Definitely.
Awesome. You mentioned investments, which makes me want to talk about money a little bit. What are some of the critical observations that you've seen for successful investment rounds?
Well, I definitely believe that the earlier the investment, the riskier it is. So no rush.
Yeah.
No rush. I mean, that's the major thing I'm gonna say. So you need to wait for, again, if we're gonna talk about timing here, you need to wait for the right time for the investment. And number two, everyone has an idea now. Even you can't imagine in a day how many conversations I have. I have an idea. It's so great, of course, but and people come to me like this, and can you imagine all the investors? A lot of people are going to them with just an idea.
Overwhelmed.
So it's not about just an idea anymore. You know, you need to at least have this minimal viable product, an MVP or a prototype. So this is number two. And as number three, I can say that numbers are important. Investors want to see some numbers, okay?
Profit?
I mean, it could be profit, it can be any kind of about traction, it could be about some KPIs. You don't even have to start the business yet. Even doing some survey with some, potential clients or something, or potential customers. That kind of survey and some numbers is also numbers. So this is also a kind of traction. You don't have to start the business to come up with some numbers.
Right.
And so as a result, it's all about sales, and it's all about selling your dream. So
definitely.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for coming here. We try to focus on what are some of the important factors when you're trying to expanding into an international market, especially the US market, specifically for Turkish startups. Thank you for watching. We'll see you on our next episode.